Yay! Good morning.
Hello, good
Good.
morning to you. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I feel like your streams always kind of get me a little kick in the rear end to get going in the morning. So I'm
Yeah.
very thankful. Good.
Awesome.
How
Awesome.
about you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Colleen's here. She's already gotten some work done today. I'm not, but she's already gotten a whole ton of work done. She's way ahead of the game.
Go, Colleen.
Yay.
Hi, Colleen.
Hi, Sam.
Every time I see Colleen, I was like, I just want a Colleen hug.
She's so
Where
funny.
is she?
Yep.
Oh, I thought there was a dog on the floor.
Because we saw you creeping by.
Alexis. Okay, goodbye now.
Oh my goodness.
I hope everyone's doing well. I think we're having a fun stream ahead of us. It's time for the April box.
It is time for the April box, and it's so pretty.
Yay! And I can't take full credit.
Well, I know, but still, I mean, y'all did awesome. So for everybody who doesn't know, this was a collab between Sam and Rachel Malice, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's kind of sexy and a little dark, but it also is very kind of whimsical and fun. Like there are some elements in here that are just like really fun and like, you know, you definitely get the Alice feel from all of it for sure.
Yeah. So, Rachel Malice. So my sister is Rachel Siegel, folks, and then we did this box with Rachel Malice, who I've known for many years. She's been part of the Sam Speed Shop community, I think since 2014, I want to say. Wow. We had this moment years back where we got very excited once we learned that we were each beaters of very similar age. We're like, wait, what? We had no idea, like for a while. And so we've become friends. We started doing classes together in 2020. Rachel does a lot of wire work, and now that we're doing some more collaborative boxes this year, it felt very fitting to reach out to Rachel and do a collab box, and that's where our Wonderland theme came from. So you might have seen Sara's collab box in January. That was super exciting. And this is only our second ever collab box. We haven't done any others since Sara was the first. This was the second one. And they're really fun to put together because it becomes a true collaboration where Rachel and I have tons of ideas. Rachel Malice came with tons of ideas for what Wonderland could look like. And then over many weeks, we put together an entire box of beautiful beads. So we're going to take a look at that today. Mm-hmm. If you're interested in signing up for Sam Speed Box, we actually just opened slots up for the first time in many months.
Wow.
We always take a guess. So you have to pick it because we order the beads custom. In a few months ahead, we were like, let's open up just a few more slots just in case. So we chose May as our next time to open up slots. So now is a great chance to get subscribed to Sam Speed Box if you're not subscribed. I think it's one of a pretty awesome bead box, if I do say so myself, because we put a lot of heart into it to make it bountiful and fun and inspiring. And it's such a pleasure to get to send out hundreds of these boxes out every month, and like just to hear the joy that it brings folks. So if you want to join in, definitely head on over to samspeedbox.com. You can use code Sara, SARA, for $5 off your first box. And we would love to have you come join our bead box family and fill your world with even more fantastic beads.
Yeah. I'm just like, you're sitting here talking and I'm like, okay, so he's getting all of the and I'm like, oh, there was something I forgot to send out my text message today. Like I just sent one. It feels like a Monday today. I'm just not on the ball. I don't get it.
I didn't hit send on my text. I just hit send on mine. I didn't actually hit the final button there.
Well,
That's funny.
I don't feel so bad.
Well, I'm happy to start showing off the box if you need a second to send your text or whatever you need.
At this point. It's just like we're just gonna turn around and get to it because
Seems like folks are already here. There's like a bunch watching.
I feel bad though because some people really need my little reminders and I forgot. I forgot. Colleen just got your text, so it went out. Oh, it's all good. All good.
Okay, good. I hope folks are if they're on my text list, they'll at least get my text.
Well, look at you all pretty with yours all sorted out. Mine are
Well,
still in the bags.
We don't know how we always do the official unboxing. We did that Friday. So I got some help from Rachel and I did this together. It's always collaborative effort to get anything done.
All right. So, well, let's do it. Let's do a quick little recap then.
Okay. Let me zoom in a little bit here.
Look. Tell us about these beauties because I used these in our project today and they're so pretty.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. I don't know if many folks have seen the bracelet. If you saw the thumbnail, yeah, that's the dragon blood jasper.
It's just absolutely beautiful.
Isn't this such a cool stone?
Yeah.
There's actually 4 gems in this box because Rachel Malice loves gems so much. She pushed for more than, we usually do 3. So we did 4 this month. To go with the rounds, we have that everyone got this triangle that we had custom done for the box, which is kind of fun because every single piece of dragon blood jasper is a different color. So
yeah,
let's see which one you got. Would you get more of like a green one?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's very green.
Pretty. Yeah. So the dragon blood can come in like really green, really red, and come in a mix. So if you're wanting more pieces, we do have one more tub of them.
Oh my goodness.
So that come to the sale tonight. I dumped in all these. We had taken these out because there were just some that were all red. We had taken out for not put in the box. So there'll be a random pick from this beautiful tub of them that we have left.
So pretty. And then
what else are your other favorites, Sarah?
These. I love them so.
So in Wonderland, of course, you have to have the Queen of Hearts painted roses.
Yes, you do, and they're so pretty. And so there's 2 of the red, but one of them we're using, so that's why I only have the one out. But Sam's got both of his.
Yeah, we custom designed both of these. We started with the red ones because they paint the white roses red in the text. But we also love black and white. It was really something we want to try to bring as much as possible.
Yeah.
So you'll see hints of it. We didn't end up with tons of it because we actually learned that it's very hard to make black and white mixed glass. That was one bead we experimented with.
Wow. We
had them try to mixing together the glass in the bead. Yeah. And they're like, all the beads broke.
Oh no. That's interesting though. I would never have known that,
And luckily, we still ended up with they had found a batch for us that were made. So we still ended up with the black and white drooks that we wanted in the end. But it was that was wild. They were like, we never had a bead really not work.
That's crazy. I never would have guessed that something that you could do to a bead like that would mess it up,
But I always think that some of these things happen by necessity because then we ended up picking out 3 different mixed glass drooks.
Right. Yeah.
And getting to bring out even more colors of a very moody.
Yeah.
And almost mystical Wonderland theme.
I love these.
What else you got there?
Oh,
I love those.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see some of our greens. We really tried to pick out very distinct greens for this box.
Yeah. Really beautiful. I'm going to do like you and put mine in my little...
I love that we all have the same... I was like, everyone has their stacks of crystal trays, right?
Yep. So this was my other favorite in the box. I had several favorites, but this was, there's actually 2 in my hand here. 2 of my favorites. And I only have a few of them because I use them in the bracelet project. So I have the melons and the bellflowers.
These were ones. I love how these came out.
Mm-hmm. They're beautiful.
And they're matching because we custom designed these ones as well.
Yeah, I love it.
it's always interesting to debate if we want more contrast versus items that match.
Yeah.
And because it is a very high contrast box intentionally, like many different tones, this was a fun little addition. You've got your pumpkins and your flowers felt fitting in your garden together.
Love, 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 love. Then we have your little floral mix here.
I love how this mix came out.
Yeah, those are so pretty. The black and the red, I think, is my favorite. I love those. They're so pretty.
Doing a few of these lacy coins, one of my favorite shapes in the shop. You use these in some of your designs, I think.
Yeah, a coin bead is a favorite always. And those are so pretty.
You'll see lots of folks mixes in this box. It's a nice way to, I think, bring out the theme a bit more.
Yeah.
In some cases, it means that everyone gets kind of a little mixed variety pack. So, like, you probably noticed that mine is like a little different than Sarah's, which I think is kind of fun. You kind of like,
yeah, I like it.
It still keeps your box a little bit more one of a kind.
Right. And then this shape is so interesting to me. I really, really like these. And originally I was making a bracelet with these and then changed it up to the design that we're actually doing today. But I wanted to use these very badly. So I'm still going to make something fun with these. But this shape is so cool because it's like, it's a leaf, but it's also very reminiscent of a dagger. So it's, you can use it in so many different ways.
And so, yeah, this one's top drilled. And we haven't had this shape a lot in the shop. Like, I think they call it a feather. I've always called it a feather leaf in this shop.
Yeah.
It's kind of arbitrary name. It definitely looks like a feather. Yeah, you're right. It does have the feel of a dagger, just have how long the ratio of it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one Rachel Miles picked out, one of the first beads she picked out because we saw that green finish and we're like, oh, that's what we want in our Wonderland garden.
Yeah, it's so pretty. And then these are beautiful too.
Oh, this might be the coolest bead of the box. This is the first time I think that we've custom made cathedral beads. This is a more specialty type bead. So they press it first, so you get all that beautiful detailing on the sides. And then they put it through their fancy facet machines.
Wow.
I think it's similar to the fire polish process where they add all those facets.
Yeah.
Through the oven to get all the facets just a little bit softer looking. That's when you read fire polish, that's like literally the fire is adding just a little extra shine on the facets.
Yeah, so pretty. I really love those. I think a bracelet or like the front of a necklace with all of those in it would look so. They're just high end looking. You know what I mean? There's just something about them that just they're very kind of fancy. These are super cool too.
I love that Colleen's next to you and she's still look what she's doing.
She's working.
Because we do have, if you want the whole box, we currently have some extra boxes right now. And we also have individual extras. The gem extras are coming up in tonight's live sale at 5:00 Pacific. But if you want the May box, you would need to subscribe to get that one. And it's the best price that way too.
I love a good donut. Yes.
Yummy.
It's so pretty.
I don't think we've ever done the unboxings together. It's fun to see, like, especially with the gemstones, because there's variety. Folks, you get to see, like, Sarah has a bit more of like a cloudy, moody one. And mine has like a little bit more of these like crystal structures in it.
Yeah. But that's what makes them so cool, right? I think that's my favorite thing about any kind of gemstone bead or focal, that they all have their own distinct personality, which I think is what makes them so special. Yeah,
and folks, just so you're aware, we do a lot of efforts quality sorting for the box. If you want to get, probably bought like extra, because we wanted to make sure everyone got a nice one in the box. And so this is an example of ones we pulled out.
Yeah.
A little more off color, had larger like inclusions and things. So like quality is really important to us.
Wow.
So we kind of spend the extra money to get lots of extras. And then I was thinking I'm gonna post these tonight at like a 50% off in case folks want these ones.
That's awesome. Okay, so I have a funny story about these.
Oh wow!
So I was making a bracelet. I was going to make a cluster, right?
Yeah.
And I was putting these all on the eye pins. Colleen and Kathy were both here. We were working. I was working on this bracelet. And the lighting in this room is not very good. And so I put the whole thing together. I started to make the cluster and I was like, these beads are red. The whole time I thought they were black. They're not. They're red. Definitely red. And I didn't notice it until I had put the little seed beads on them. Sam, you're gone. Your audio's gone. Come back.
Oh, sorry. I forgot that I mute when I'm trying to not add background noise.
So yeah, no, these are most definitely the most beautiful, deep, like ruby red color. But I most definitely in here thought they were black, and so I had mixed them with the green and the gold from the seed beads, and I was making like a red and black situation, or like a black and white. Yeah, they're red. Yeah. They're not black. So
no, yeah, those are dark garnet.
Yeah, you can tell on camera, but just sitting at my desk, they most definitely looked black until I held them up and I was like, oh, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So I didn't bother to clip them all, but I'm going to put them back in their regular beautiful state. But yeah.
That's funny. This was another one where they ended up sending us a couple different batches, I think, from Preciosa.
Uh-huh.
So like some, for whatever reason, like I think there were some lighter and darker garnet ones. I can see on mine here, they were slightly lighter one.
Yeah, but they're definitely red. Like you can tell they're red. Like I could not tell. Couldn't tell at all.
But even if they read as black, it's kind of okay because black is one of our essential colors.
Right. Yeah. Well, the way I was using it, though, it definitely didn't work out that it was red. So I was like, well, okay. So I changed directions.
Ooh, I like the combo you have there.
Yeah, these are so pretty.
So you've got, I think, is that the fourth gem? Yeah, that's the fourth and final gem that Rachel Miles picked out. She wanted one smaller gem for wrapping.
Mm-hmm.
She loves wrapping onto various wireframes. So we picked up 3mm black onyx. I picked out 2mm initially for the box, and she said, can we bump that up a size so folks could see them? And then we designed these melon drops as well, which I think melon drops are one of your favorite. I remember that you like in this shape in the past.
Yeah, I do. I love them. They're beautiful. And then we've got two, like just here at the end, we've got
you got your laser etch grab bag.
These are so pretty.
So this one's new this month. We have a few new things this month. We have our first laser etched beads, which means they're actually like, in the case of this bead, they're covering this whole bead in vitriol.
Mm-hmm.
And then they laser out, with using lasers, it cuts away the vitriol finish and reveals the black underneath.
Wow, that's cool.
And so it's actually, I'm glad Sarah's showing one of those cuts. So we had 6 different laser etched designs that we picked out, and you got 3 of them in your box. You got like one of the swirls, you got one of the crowns, and then you get one of this cat or one of the cats that Sarah has there.
Ooh, I want one of those swirlies that you've got next to your cat. That's awesome. Those are so cool.
Are you telling your swirly that you don't like it?
No, I love it, but that one that you've got is like, that's super cool. Those
yeah,
awesome.
there were some fun. Some fun ones.
Yeah, those are really fun.
Our falling into Wonderland, your king and queen of Wonderland, and of course you got to have your cat as well.
Oh yeah, super cool. And then these tiara cast. Now these were were they custom tiara cast? I can't remember what the story was.
Yeah, this was cool. So because we've been using tiara cast in the box for 2 years now, basically since the start of the box. Kirsten had mentioned to me, she's like, we have like all these other designs that we don't sell anymore. And I was like, no, Well, I don't know that. I don't think anyone knows that. And so she's like, yeah, if you tell me like some of your future themes, I could like look in the archive and see if any of them match. Excuse me. And so we're like, okay, well, here's the theme we're doing. And she sent us this pocket watch, which
So
I
perfect.
think I think there's an option to turn into a toggle. It was just really expensive, just to be honest. Like it was gonna mean like we had to take away a bunch of other beads, and we're like, no, we can do a pendant. That's gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe one day we can get the toggle made for the shop. And then the mushrooms.
They're so cute and they're so perfect.
So yeah, they brought these back for us, and because they're custom producing them, we got to pick out the finish. So we did the antique pewter.
Yeah,
for like that moody silver tone.
Yeah. So pretty. All right, well, let's make something, shall we?
Yeah, I think that the squares. I think So y'all, that is the. Let me just give an overview. That is the April Wonderland box. Here's what the sea bead mix looks laid out. I think there's 4 or 5 colors in this one. So first, it's another first. Our first sea bead
we forgot
mix
about this.
of the box. Oh, we did one our first Toho sea bead mix. We did one ages ago. I just remembered. But everyone spot all those first. We have first sea bead mix here, first laser etched, first tier cast from the archives. Lots more mixes than you typically see in the box. So we really just tried to play around this month to make it feel fresh and just a little extra exciting. So I hope you guys enjoy making with the box if you have the April box.
Yes, and it's such a beautiful color palette that you have in front of you. It really, every element works really, really well together, which I mean is always the case with the boxes, but it's always amazing to me how you bring the themes to life. You know,
it's amazing to me too, Sarah.
Oh, so
this
you
is
got
our
silver silk.
We always we happen to have a nice, cool friend named Nile. Sarah and I are big fans. And we design custom silver silk items each month. So these are the 2 flat meshes. You get both in a pack together. And I love the tones how these came out. So this is just flat mesh. It's like a knitted wire ribbon. Super fun to play with. I used it, for example, like on this bracelet, woven into memory wire. It's a Nile idea. Also, I love that you could buy an extra pack for Christmas later.
Yeah.
And then we did 2 custom pipe chains this month. We did a black and silver, and I believe this is a red and it might just be red on red, I want to say. I'll bring in some of those tones. So I love how these came out. The pipe chain has a hole in it, so it makes it really versatile to use. I'm probably going to experiment with making some wire end caps for these today. If we have some time. Sarah already designed a whole bracelet, y'all, so I'm going to switch on over to her.
So I put together just a simple stringing project, but I did do a little bit of wire wrapping just with some simple loops, which I know are not everybody's favorite. So if you want to do wrapped loops instead, you absolutely can. But I did simple loops on, that's what I was looking for a second ago. I did some simple loops on the bellflowers. So we're going to do a couple of those. And then I did simple loops on these. And then we're going to string this all together. So I will show you how this all goes together. But we're going to go ahead and do some of the simple loops first. So as far as the bellflowers are concerned, let's see here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to do 10 of the bellflowers. I've got 3 of them that need some loops. So we're going to start out there. If I can find my head pins. So I'm just going to use head pins, but you could do knotted head pins. You could do, anything you wanted to do here.
I feel like with clusters, head pins are the way to go.
I feel like it is too.
just you want to keep moving along.
Yeah. Clusters can take a while, so okay. Let's see. All right. So I went ahead and put the 3 that I have left onto head pins. So we're just going to do simple loops. So all I'm going to do is just bend the wire right where it is exiting the bead, so I don't have to bend it over the pliers or anything like that. I'm going to come in with my cutter tool, and you want to leave yourself about 1/4 of an inch. You're just going to trim, and then you're going to use your round nose pliers to grab that wire, and then you're just going to roll back to create a loop. You just want to be sure you get a nice closed loop on those, because we are going to string these in between some beads. So you definitely want to be sure that you don't leave any openings on those. And you're going to do that, like I said, with 10 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other 2. Judy says, I make myself do simple loops and I'm finally getting better. That's the only way to get better at them, is just to do them, just to force yourself to kind of do them. Pick some projects, pick some jewelry designs where you have no choice but to make them, and you really will get better at them for sure.
Yep, 100%. I think it is helpful when you finally feel comfortable with the simple loops and the wrap loops, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think I was reliant on just wrap loops for a long time, but there's certain contexts where the wrap loops aren't actually as helpful, especially in thicker gauges of wire.
Yep.
And so just keep doing those simple loops. You'll start to get a feel for the length to cut, kind of where to hold on your pliers. And you folks even standardize it. Some folks will use like a really, really thin, like 2mm bail making plier for their simple loops.
Yeah.
Just to get them really consistent. I have never personally done that.
Right.
But there's lots of options.
Absolutely. For sure. I mean, and you can always just like use a marker and mark your pliers and and get comfortable with it, and then the mark wears away, and by that point you're usually pretty comfortable with the size. But I do realize that I don't understand why they're called simple loops, because I really feel like they're anything but simple. So, and I feel like
understand. It's like have a full grasp of mathematics and geometry. Now go.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, so for the cluster part of my bracelet, I'm going to use these beads. We didn't talk about these at all, and it's because I didn't have them. I have all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Every single one of them. So if you want to tell us a little bit about these beautiful ones, they're in red, the clear, and the black, and I'm doing a stack of 2, and I'm using every single one of them that was in the box. So if you're curious as to how many, that's how many. All of them.
Yeah, that was a custom mix we did with Rachel Malice. I could have sworn I just saw Rachel's name pop up here.
I did too.
Just for YouTube yet.
Yeah, she's over on YouTube.
Let me see if I can get her comment on the screen. I can't find her. Rachel, scream in the comments. Again.
Scream again.
There she is. Hi, Rachel Malice. I'm going to get to actually see Rachel later this week in New York.
Awesome.
We didn't even plan it that way. We're like, oh, Rachel Box, and we'll be able to do a class together on Friday with the Box in person.
That's awesome.
And then I said, Sarah, I have to book. I pencil in the dates. I still need to book my tickets for the Vegas show.
You didn't read you're gonna have to read up on the text messages.
What happened?
Well,
uh-oh.
I'm not going to Vegas.
No.
I know. We'll talk about it. But,
darn.
I know. But Ava is still wanting to know if you're wanting to do something. So
okay.
yeah,
I will take a look. Oh my goodness, this is such news.
I know. Yeah, we had a whole little text conversation about it, but yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but
one day my only goal is one day we will meet in person.
I know. When we're going to.
Oh my goodness. Of course
so
I missed that.
I'm just doing simple loops on these as well. Now you can do wrapped loops if you want to, but I will say Sam was mentioning earlier that sometimes a wrapped loop is not always conducive to the design. That is kind of true with clusters sometimes. So it kind of depends. If you do a wrapped loop, sometimes the wrapped loop takes up more length than a simple loop does, just kind of depending on what size you make your simple loops. So when you do a cluster, you have to remember, if you do a wrapped loop, there's all of that extra wire that's involved. And sometimes that kind of detracts from the cluster itself, you know, and it draws your attention to the wire instead of the beads. So always kind of keep that in mind if you're going to do a cluster. Play with it either direction, you know, with a simple loop and with a wrapped loop to find out which one is going to look the best. But sometimes it really calls for a simple loop. And this was one of the designs where a simple loop was necessary. For one thing, the beads, if you stack them up, they're a little bit long already. So if you did a wrapped loop, it almost doubled the length of this whole little section. And that made the cluster kind of really long and spindly. So in order to keep it from being like that, a simple loop was the way to go. So basically, I've done all of the beads. I did 10 of the bellflowers, and then I did all of the Hishi beads as a double with a simple loop. The rest of this is just stringing, but I want to show you what I have for the rest of this project. So I have 3 of the melons, I have 1 of the roses, and then I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of the, oh my gosh, what are the dragon blood jasper. And then I have 2 bicones and a handful of seed beads here. Okay. And so now it's just going to be stringing, and I'll show you, it comes together and makes such a pretty bracelet. So I'm going to grab some bead stringing wire.
It's so cool. For folks who haven't seen the thumbnail, you're going to get a nice little surprise. It's amazing how this comes together.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful bracelet. So let's see here. Go ahead and get my bead string wire. I've got to stop putting it in loops like this. Then I have to undo all of it.
Oh, is it like for a kit, basically?
Yeah, and I had just set it over to the side because if I leave it long and stringy like this, a cat will come along and grab it. So
yeah, that's probably true.
All right, so I'm going to take a crimp. I'm going to thread that onto the end, and I'm going to thread on Jessica. Jessica says, I feel like Sara plans her nail color on purpose to match the
It's kind of true. You had that minty color last month.
I know. Yeah, I know. That's so funny. And I got the red for this month. That's too funny. I know. Oh, well, I went to the nail place and I was like, okay, well, I've done pink like for the past 4 months. It's time to do something different. So I went with red, which is not necessarily all that far away from pink. But hey.
I love it. It has a very different feel, I think, than pink.
It's a stretch for me. All right, so I'm gonna do my little crimp here. Turn that sideways. Sam, what are you working on? Are you making something?
I'm experimenting. So I'm actually, give me 1 second. I'm actually gonna go grab something.
Okay.
I'm trying to make some end caps for my pipe chain. I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna just start stringing, and what I'm gonna start out with is the bloodstone, or I'm sorry, the dragon blood jasper, and I'm gonna thread 1 of those on, and then I'm gonna thread on 1 of the bellflowers, the loop of the bellflower, and I'm gonna alternate until I have thread on all of both that I have out here. So I think it was 11 of the dragon blood, or the dragon blood jasper. I don't know why I can't remember that.
Okay, hi, hello.
Hi. Welcome
I can show you what I'm experimenting on.
Yeah. We want to see.
So I saw someone in Nilay's group, I think it was Melanie. She was saying how she was using her bail making pliers to make end caps for the pipe chain. So I just tried 2 of the sizes on it. I did like the 3rd and the 2nd one in terms of size. Like if we're counting from the bottom, from the lowest, 1, 2, 3. So the 3rd one is a little bit too big. It's like workable, but it's a little bit too big.
Yeah.
And then the other one, the next step down is a little bit, I think it's going to be too small. Maybe I could squeeze. Oh, maybe.
I think you
I'd have
could squeeze it on there. That's so close.
I have to get it like over the wire. So like, I just need like 0.5 millimeter more. So my next idea is that Jesse's grabbing me one of the Cone-tastics from the shop, and I've never used it yet. And I want to see if it could help. In this case, make the shape I want.
Yes.
I was thinking one of the bead cap ends. Maybe you could point me to the right one to use. That's my current thing. I want to make a silver silk bracelet, so maybe I'll start work on that and then come back to the end caps. But I might end up just using this if I don't mind the extra size too much. It's not. It kind of makes it its own look.
Yeah.
All I did was I started with the main one and then I came down to a smaller size.
Yeah.
And I kind of pushed it in to make a cap.
That's so smart. I love that.
I can't take credit. It was Melanie's genius.
All right, so all of those have gone on. Okay, so I have all of those, and you can see how those bellflowers are going to hang so pretty. Then, let's see, we are going to thread on our rose.
All right, I've never used this before. Let's see. I saw you were using it the other day, though.
I'm going to do a bead cap or a bicone, and then I'm going to thread on all of my clusters, and I'm just going to alternate the colors. Oh, yeah. Mary says, what about the small bell making pliers? They might be the right size.
Oh, like the 2-step ones?
These
are the only ones.
These ones. This one. Oh, those would work.
Well, no, these are the ones I did. No, yeah, these are the ones that didn't work.
Oh, those are the ones you did use. So
yeah.
This one is the in-between size of the two small ones on the stepped bell making pliers. This might be the right size.
Oh, wait, so like it's between
this size
bigger than this?
It's between those.
Or between these two.
Is it between those
two? I need
two?
bigger than this.
It might be bigger than. I think this is a 3 millimeter. I think because I know they're not the right size. Now I'm getting all confused. Okay, so this makes a 4 millimeter loop. It's a 3 millimeter mandrel, but it makes a 4 millimeter loop.
Okay, so this one's 3. What's the next step up then?
The next step up would be way too big.
Because this one jumps all the way up to 3 to 5.
Yeah, but so I think this is.
Well, because I have the 3. So what's the other one on that one?
The other one on this one is it's a 4. So it's a 5. So it makes a 6 millimeter loop.
Oh, okay. So this has similar sizes then. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try Cone-tastic then. See how this goes.
We're just trying, troubleshoot, and see what works.
I've never used it. Oh my gosh, this is kind of exciting. I just unscrewed the bottom of it, and there's things inside of it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, this is exciting that you've never used this before.
And so then these are the bead cap attachments. Do you have any recommendations here?
So I actually have those 2 still in the package. I've not opened mine yet. So no, I don't have any recommendations at all. Not sure.
I'm very excited here. So Sam's having a tool party. Sarah's actually making a bracelet. All right, what's the basic concept here? This screws in, it looks like. Sarah, what would I do here? How does this work?
Well, I've not ever used those before, so I'm a little
Oh, here we go.
Okay. So on the back, look, you're gonna put this. Yeah, you got it. Then that part
And then-
goes inside the. Yep.
It does. Is there a tool? How do we get it in?
Oh, so you have to use
there's a
your
wrench.
Allen key. Yeah.
Wow, this is fascinating.
Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Okay, you guys, I'm going to restring this. I'm so sorry. So I completely forgot what the seed beads are for. And this is really important because I don't want these loops sitting on the bead stringing wire. So I forgot that I popped a seed bead in between there so that those simple loops don't touch the bead stringing wire. So let's start over again. Okay. So what we're going to do. Oh, thank you, Carmen. We're going to do a jasper bead, a seed bead, then our bellflower. That's going to protect the bead stringing wire from the wire on the top of the bellflower. I completely forgot. So you're just going to alternate. What happens is you don't really see the seed bead, but in case you do, I picked the green because I thought it was a nice little bead to sit next to those jasper beads. So my goodness.
I'm guessing there's something to do with this hole that I'm seeing here, Sarah.
So you're going to take the end of your wire and you're going to stick it through that hole.
Okay. Is that kind of where I secure it to start?
Yeah, and then you're just going to bend it and hold it down up against the tool with your finger.
Okay. Oh, so that just gets me started, basically.
Yeah, and once you've gone around a couple times, then you can let go.
Oh, wow. Wait, this is so easy. Okay, so I have to I'm going to jump up to the right spot. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, I put mine.
I can already tell I didn't pick the right shape, but this is already fun experimenting. Whoa. Okay, no, I should have secured all those with the loops. Okay, I'm try that again. Wait, this is a fun tool. I'm starting to see it. What did you do with your cone? You made some long cones the other day for a necklace, I think.
Yeah, I did. I love my Cone-tastic. It's you can use it for so many different things. So it makes great cones, but you can cut your cones to make them shorter for other things, like sort of like the bead caps that you're making, which is super cool and very convenient.
I'm gonna try that again. Need a smaller one. Okay.
All right, there we go. So now everybody, you can see those wrapped or those simple loops are sitting on top of the seed beads instead of the bead stringing wire, which just kind of makes everything
pretty.
It keeps your bead stringing wire safe from that metal rubbing up against it. So, all right, so I did all of that. I'm going to thread on my rose. Then I'm going to thread on a bicone, and my bicone is just going to kind of serve as you really are not even going to see it. It's going to push up against the cluster that I'm going to make. So for the cluster, I'm just threading on all of these he-she beads that I have stacked up. So I'm just threading on all of the simple loops, and then I'm going to squeeze those with another bicone on the other end. So I'll show you that. Just a second.
Whoa, this is fascinating.
Yeah, but we can't see what you're doing now.
I know, because I don't usually experiment with tools on camera. That's a bad idea.
Secretive.
I'm like not because usually I'll pull up the
I
video, follow the step by step. So do I have to take it? I guess I don't have to. Okay. This is so fascinating to me. And then I would guess that you would. Oh, we untwisted here to take it. Ah, y'all, I don't take this as a demo. This is me totally. How do you get it off, Sarah?
You gotta trim it. You gotta cut it with your cutter tool. So I cut down there next to the hole.
Yeah.
And trim off from there. So if you trim next to the hole, right where the wire's going into that little hole, then you can pull it away and then trim off the excess that you don't need.
Okay. I already did make one cut. Okay. I'm down to here. So now I need to get it off.
So Kathy says, why do you not need seed beads for this part? And the reason is because I'm going to string this on so tightly that these are not going to move. So the bicone goes down and it pushes against all of these, and now they're not going to move anymore, right? So if they were able to spin on the bead string wire, that would be different. I would need the seed beads in there as the core. But because I'm going to string them tightly and it's just a cluster, they're not going to move around, then I don't have to worry that it's going to cause that abrasion. So the bicone goes down, and then I'm going to do 3 melons, and then we're just going to crimp.
Sarah, how do I get it off? What am I doing?
You're doing right. You're doing right. I don't know how. I'm not entirely.
I don't want to force it off. Oh, because I'm also using the bead cap ones, which are probably a little different. Not me skipping the instructions here. It's like seems like it almost is ready to come off.
I don't.
Oh my
I
gosh.
have no idea. That is too funny. I maybe we need to read the instructions.
I think I know I probably have to cut away more, but I'm like there must be there's probably a trick to this. This is really
I think there
entertaining
might
to
be
me.
a trick to it. Yeah, there has to be a trick to it.
Oh come on, or I just have to kind of force it off. Oh my god. If I open it up a little bit, actually, that would make it easier to cut. Oh my goodness. Come on. Okay, I got it off. Let's see if it'll work. I still have a hunch it's too big. Okay, we're getting closer. You ever get totally fixed on, you're like, I'm going to solve this.
Yeah.
It's a little bit rhetorical question. All right, I'm going with the thinnest cone. We'll see if the end part of the cone will work with the pipe chain. Oh my gosh, that bracelet just came together. I looked down for 5 seconds and you have a whole bracelet. I love the different types of clustering you did. You have like the spaced out flat floral clustering.
Mm-hmm.
But then also my favorite type of like more dense type clustering where when you strung on them together.
Right. Yep. So
And then
somebody asked how
stacking the tissue is smart.
Somebody asked how heavy it is. It is a little on the heavy side. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a super lightweight bracelet, but it's so pretty. I forgive it for being heavy. It's not super heavy, but it is a substantial bracelet for sure. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Oh, cool.
That's so lovely.
Thank you. I think it's definitely a cool bracelet. It's a statement bracelet. Is that even a thing? If it's not, it is now. It's a statement bracelet.
Sure is. I need like a baby version of the Cone-tastic for I think what I'm trying to do. Because this is all just about at this point, because we already experimented with the bail making pliers. Like I'm at a point where I'm like, it's very Goldilocks at this point, the size I'm needing.
Yeah.
I think Nilay's also just done it where he'll just literally just wrap onto the pipe chain. I was just hoping to come up with like a way that I could like bulk make some end caps with any wire I wanted. This is a really satisfying tool.
I know. It really is.
Ooh, okay. Let's see how this one came out. Oh no, I spilled all my seed beads. Okay. All right, the cone is definitely, that was easy. So if I use part of this cone.
Exactly. So you don't have to use the whole cone. You can cut it into sections, right? And
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Wait, this actually works great, y'all. We figured it out. So let me figure out how far in this tube is going. Y'all, I think we did it. Okay, so I'll just do a bit at a time and see if I can salvage keep my. Oh my gosh, Sarah, I'm so excited. Yeah, something like that's kind of pretty.
Yep.
Maybe I'll do a little bit less, but like I really like where it's going. Learning's fun, Sarah.
I agree.
Do you still figure out new wire techniques
All the time.
after all these years?
Oh, of course.
Okay, y'all, we actually did it. I can make a bracelet. I'm out of time, but I can make a bracelet now.
Well, now
Wait,
you have to, so we can see what it looks like, right?
Okay,
So
okay, now, folks,
we
now
go
that I'm
away.
now that I'm a pro on the Cone-tastic, I'm using a 20 gauge copper wire here. Oh no, I needed more wire to get all the way down that cone. I need a version where it's like the hole starts like, I just need the tip of this.
Yeah.
I need that's how I want the baby. If they have the baby loom, I want the baby Cone-tastic. And there probably are more attachments. I haven't gotten all the attachments yet.
Yeah, so there are some inverted attachments so that the cones are going from small to large instead of from large to small.
Oh, well, that would solve the problem.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Then that way you don't have to make an entire cone. You just make what you need.
You just solved the problem already.
Boom, done. You're welcome. Mic drop.
Yeah, that makes a lot of logical sense. Yeah, I don't think it comes. Yeah, it doesn't come with the inverted ones. I'm really. This is gonna be fun to experiment with. This is like a big old cone. Dang.
I know. Yeah. Look, and this is my favorite thing to do with it is with the big one to use some coiled wire over wire and then use the large cone to make these cones.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
Right? But it makes an awesome bead cap too, because it's nice and big. So you can, you can use it as a as a bead cap or for a multi-strand design. Like if you've got lots of ends that you need to tuck in, the cones are perfect for covering the ugly. That's what I always say. Yeah.
I think that's so smart. And then be able to adjust the size of the cap for like however many strands or how big your strand ends are.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Cindy said I could start higher. So I started higher.
Yep. That works too.
Okay. Who has the Cone-tastic already? This is a beadalon tool we have in the shop. Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you, Cindy. Like probably nodding.
Kim says it's a gnome hat. It's a good hat for gnomes. I agree.
Okay, I'm gonna squish it together here to get that tighter. Okay. Well, I have a new toy. This is fun.
I'm gonna turn back around here. Scooch myself over a little bit. There we go. Whew.
What are you laughing at?
No, I'm just watching.
I like, so because I started higher, I was actually able to end at a more fine point, which I think will be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you were able to
Doesn't-
wrap it a little bit tighter and get it smaller at
That'll
the
work.
end. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
But because this one is bigger at the base, it actually does let the pipe chain go in farther. So there's a plus to that also.
Yep.
But regardless, they're close enough that let's do a quick 2-minute bracelet. Ready, Sarah?
Ready, set, go. On your
Let's,
mark.
where's my ruler? There we go. All right, if I want a 7-inch bracelet, let's do, I don't know, about 6 inches of pipe chain. So this is, because this is the whole purpose of doing all these caps is just to kind of help make the ends
Right.
have a little bit more of a finished look. So Nilay's come out with custom caps you can get from him. But with any craft project, I think it's nice to have options, which is what's got me going on this whole
Absolutely.
thing. Okay. So the idea is I probably would, well, I didn't put any beads, so that's not what I want. So I'm going to make this shorter. I want at least some section of beads. So it'll be something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I love when Nilay just picks out like one, he'll often do like one focal type bead, and somehow it works perfectly. Like it'll be something like even just like, oh, am I off camera? Hold on. Oh, you made me all big. Oh, geez.
I did.
We'll do
that's
something
gonna be
kind of like
so
that,
pretty. Yes, I love that.
just to kind of, and maybe like an accent bead also, but like generally he'll do something like pretty minimal that ends up being really pretty. So
Yeah.
I guess all I have to do is I'm gonna string this up and I'll have a lovely bracelet.
Yeah, I love
All right, so
it.
So what I ended up using, guys, was one of the cones that comes with the Cone-tastic, one of the base type cones, versus the bead caps, which you can buy separately, which are going to be their own fun project, I think.
Yeah.
I can't believe you haven't opened your bead cap one. I think we're gonna
I
have
just
to have a
got
little.
it though. I just got it with a shipment of wire from Beagle on not too long ago, so I haven't even had a chance to play with it yet. But yeah, I intend to because I ordered it with the intentions of doing a live project using it. So I may have to do that. I just got beads from you in the mail 2 days
Ooh,
ago, so maybe I'll use them with some of those. I don't know. I'll have to see.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I love that they have the built-in storage. So let me flip my camera around, and then I'm gonna finish on my bracelet once we get off here. There we go. Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
There we go. Now you're on the host side. This is Sarah's stream.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, this was so fun.
This was
love
so nice. I
watching
could do
you
this for another
experiment.
5
That's
hours.
awesome. Do what?
I could do this for another 5 hours. I feel like I just started
I
my
know.
experimentation for the day.
Yeah, I know, and I love watching it because we get to see you. We get to see you be creative and troubleshoot, and like that's where all of the learning and jewelry making happens. So it's really
Fun.
good to get to see that.
kind of-
It's really cool.
This is the fun. I think it's kind of the fun part.
I think so too.
It's
I
like
think
you
so.
get a little stuck, but you're getting closer and closer.
Yep. Yeah, I love that.
I'm
So
excited.
fun. Yeah.
This could even I could see this because the cones make a bit more focal like for a necklace and then hang from the center there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of, I feel like there's lots to experiment here with this tool.
And if you and I know it's cool that I say this because again we're friends with Nilay and we love Silver Silk. If you guys are interested in seeing other projects where I have actually used the Cone-tastic with other Silver Silk products, some of his hollow mesh, some of the other things, you can find those over on Nilay's his YouTube. Yeah, and
Silver Silk.
all of his projects there. If you'll scroll down, because there was a period of time where I was doing a lot of projects with Nilay, and I used the Cone-tastic several times for those projects just because it seemed to work together so well. I've yet to use these the bead cap ones though. I am kind of interested to play around and see what's possible because, like you were just demonstrating, there's lots of lots of possible solutions to a lot of problems, well, not necessarily problems, but just to give you options for other
Creative opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. Creative opportunities. I like that for sure.
Because I in those beads I just sent you, like there's some large melon beads in that pack. And like that's something that would look really cool with a larger bead cap.
Yeah.
You can't typically always find a bead cap
Right.
that's quite the right size. So I'm excited to try this more. Thanks for indulging me and getting me going on it.
It was so fun to watch. Thanks for doing it. That was awesome. I loved it. It was really cool. And of course, thank you as always for the bead box. You and Rachel nailed it. You and Rachel nailed it. Y'all did an amazing job as always. And yeah, so you've got the live sale going on tonight, and you'll have box extras. Is that right? You'll have extras.
So yeah, these days we're doing that. We do the box extras earlier. So if you want extras in the box, almost all of them are on the website at samsbeadshop.com. The gems I now, the gems will be posted today or like during the sale tonight. And then what's cool with the live sales, then it's like other bonus things to go with the box. So
yeah,
I've got like more cool shapes of like dragon blood jasper.
Ooh, yes,
some quiches. And so like I would just try to find like other fun things. Oh, I have two I have to show you as a fellow donut lover. I found big pyrite donuts.
Oh my gosh, those are awesome.
It's one of the coolest beads I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I love that.
And then I don't know, you remember the live we did with the Aquaterra donuts? I got a giant batch of them here.
I love it. I love donuts. Donuts are so fun.
You did a whole macrame bracelet with the Aquaterra donuts.
Yeah.
So we had because of that we had a whole waiting list. So those are back finally. And I think lots to look forward to today. Especially if you're a stone lover, we also tend to get like more shapes of the check. I give you some of the check shapes in the box we have more of.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, it should be fun. Oh, cathedrals are back tonight in lots of colors. If you want to check those out.
Yeah, y'all don't.
Those are hard to find.
Yeah, don't miss that.
What do you got coming up, Sarah?
So Hardwired meets today at 4 p.m. And we're making a wire woven bangle bracelet. It's got a couple of different weaves going on through it.
I saw that posted in Hardwired, and my jaw, I like kind of just stared at it for 5 seconds.
Yeah, so we're making a bangle bracelet Hardwired. It's just part 1. Part 2 will be on Thursday. And let's see, I've got Feel Good Friday show coming up on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and I have no idea what the kits are going to be yet. No clue.
I thought you were about to tell us. Here's what's coming.
No idea. There may be some teapots involved. So
that's very Alice.
That I know, right? So there may be some teapots involved in the Feel Good Friday show. And then, of course, I have Master Maker on Friday afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern time as well. So I've got lots of work to do between now and then. But yeah, I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm also working on some extra designs using repeat cord for Beadalon. Now, I don't know where those are going to end up. I think they're for Michael's marketing campaigns, but they may just be Beadalon. I don't know for sure. I can't remember. But yeah, so I'm working on some macrame too. So I've got lots of stuff going on.
That stuff's fun. I'm curious to see what you do with it. And also, can you solve the fraying ends? Can you fix that? Like,
fire.
More fire? Okay.
More fire.
Because I started using it, I was like, oh no, it's fraying, and I'm not good enough with knotting to be able to fix this myself. Okay.
Yeah. And oddly enough, you can glue a bead cap to it or one of those little cones.
Yeah, it's felt like it needed something at the end there. So I'm excited to see some of your tips when you later on with that. That'll be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I guess that's it. I hate this part of our lives. It's like it comes to the end and we have to say goodbye. I don't like that part, but but it is necessary because we got to let everybody get back to their day. But Hopefully you'll be seeing everybody again. Yeah, we need to see that. That is fantastic.
Wanda pointed it out. I was like, oh yeah, I don't think I've ever shared this.
Yeah, that is.
I love pugs.
And he's
I
holding a
grew up
donut, which is amazing.
He's holding a
so-
donut. He's holding a donut. I know. Eventually, I want like a real wall behind me so I can like.
That'd be awesome.
I want. And then we can print out a photo of your real dogs, and then they could join the wall.
Yes, we can. I can make Albert probably hold something. He can hold like a, I don't know. What can we make him hold? Some other
Vega.
kind of food. Oh, you want him to hold Vega? Colin wants him to hold Vega. Just have him hold the
What-
other dogs.
Can he balance things like on his face?
Oh, for a few minutes, yeah, because he's so calm. So you can like do anything to him. I don't know if you remember on TikTok, people were stacking stuff on cats. Do you remember those? You can stack
Cats.
stuff on Albert.
But you've never tried.
But I'm going to now.
That is too funny. This has been a blast. My
It
my
has
table's
been.
covered in seed beads. I am so glad we did this. Thank you
Me
so much,
too.
Sarah.
Thank you. Yes.
Um,
All right.
well,
Well, I guess that's it for
Yeah.
everybody.
guess
But-
that's it. Bye, everyone. I'll see you
Bye,
tonight if
guys.
you want to keep the fun going. And then
Yeah.
Sarah's got hardwired soon also.
Yep. See you guys later. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Sarah.